It's CashColorCannabis, a high level of conversation on LivehiphopDaily.tv. And this podcast is brought to you by Pure Rolling Papers, the healthiest rolling papers on earth. Made from their award-winning blend of organically sourced hemp and bamboo fibers, their easy-to-roll 3-in-1 packs include their patented rolling papers, filter tips, and a built-in rolling tray made specifically for smokers on the go. The old day of rolling bad blunts and on the go and breaking down high-quality bud in your hand are a thing of the past. This pack comes with everything you need, just add trees. In 2021, step into the future with Pure. And for a limited time, Pure has a special deal for Cash Color Cannabis listeners. 15% off products site-wide when you type in Cash Color Cannabis at checkout. So stop by their website and shop tonight. All right, without further ado, man, I finally got my guest in the building, man. And I've been excited about this interview since I got a random email about a couple of days ago. And now, and without further ado, man, let me just introduce my man. It's my man Evan Holyfield in here tonight, man. Evan, what's up, bro?
Not much, doing well.
All right, that's what's up, man. Now, when I say random email, shout out to my boy Joe Salone. Those who know Joe know me and Joe are really good friends. Shout out to Georgia Hemp Company. And Joe has a thing where he will connect me to some of the most random things that he's doing. And some of them work, some of them don't. Like one day, he's still supposed to take me out to play golf. Like I haven't yet to do golf, but he's big in golf. But I got an email asking me if I wanted to interview Evan Holyfield. And I was thinking, okay, it's interesting. About what? And he said, well, we got this partnership with Georgia Hemp Company. It's going to be big. And I'm like, all right, now you talking my language. Yeah, I'd love to talk to this man. And then he told me about the fight and everything. And I was like, oh, okay, let's get all the way into this. So, yeah, Evan's in here, man. Thank you for coming on the show tonight. I know it's a lot going on, especially with Saturday coming up. You got a big match. But before we get into everything, for those who are new watching or don't know you, please introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
My name is Evan Holyfield, a.k.a. Young Holy. I've been boxing for about 10 years, give or take. And as an amateur, I had around 80 fights. Fought all over the United States. Went to the Olympic trials. I didn't win the Olympic trials, but I made it to semifinals and stuff like that. And it was a great experience. Got to see all the top names out there. And then after that, it was my choice to turn pro. And my dad co-signed along with it. He said I was ready after seeing me fight in the Olympic trials. So it was an exciting thing. So far I'm 7-0. And this has been a learning process going through the ranks over the past 2 years.
That's what's up, man. Well, congratulations starting your own journey and creating your own footsteps, you know what I'm saying? Trying not to, as much as probably as possible, try not to live in your dad's shadows. But speak to us about your dad. Like, your dad's influence in boxing was massive. Like I was telling you downstairs, I remember freshman year when that Mike Tyson and Holyfield fight happened. That shut down our school. Like literally, like we didn't do nothing that Saturday night other than try to watch that match. Your father's a massive name in the game. What's it like what's it like being the son of somebody who's that big in a profession that you also want to aspire to?
Well, when I was younger, I really didn't think of it like that. I wouldn't even give it no thought. This is a lot of people. I used to know a lot of people knew my dad and knew what he did, but I really didn't understand how good he really was until I started taking a look into it myself. Because of course, I'm a boxer, and at every point in somebody's life, you want to see if you have something that you're obsessed with or that you're doing, you want to see who's the best in it. So, and that's really when I started recognizing my dad for the man that who he is, not just him being my dad. So I had to study the top names in the sport, and this just happened to be that he was one of the names on my list that was one of the top people in the sport, and it really opened up my eyes, and I had a newfound respect for him because of everything that he did.
That's what. So when you were a kid, did you have a chance to ever watch any of his fights?
Yeah, I remember he used to sit me down. Me and my brother Elijah, and tell us to watch the fights with him. Most of the time it'd be his Olympic tapes and stuff. But I really didn't, recognize. It's something different when your parents make you do something, but when you start doing it for yourself, it's a bit different. You're way more immersed into it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
bro. I would have been terrified to see my dad fight. Like if I'd have been a kid, and he sat me down and said, "Hey, watch what I do," and then next thing you see somebody swinging on your pops. I'd have been freaked out, man.
I know what you mean, but at the time, I really didn't know exactly what was really going on. Most of the time, he'd be fighting somebody black. And to be honest, I wouldn't know which one was who.
That is hilarious, man. But yeah, your pops fought a lot of amazing fights. Most as we all probably will pop in our heads most is the Mike Tyson fight. Have you had a chance to see that fight?
Yeah, I've watched that Mike Tyson fight multiple times, but I like the first one for the most part because, of course he didn't get his ear bit, but he really beat somebody. He really beat that man down. It wasn't like, like went to decision, like, oh yeah, it was controversial. Like, nah, he dropped the baddest man on the planet twice.
Facts.
Facts,
man. And that's a lot of pressure. I mean, I know y'all aren't fighting in the same weight class. Like, you're super welterweight and he was a heavyweight, but that's still a lot of pressure on somebody knowing that you're walking in this sport and people will recognize your name immediately. Like, do you think about that pressure when you do walk into the gym and get working out and people start looking around like, hey, that's Evander Holyfield son?
No, I really look at it different now. I actually I kind of like it. You know what I mean? Because at first I used to come into a gym or come into a tournament, people be like, oh, yeah, Holyfield's son fighting, you know what I mean? And people be looking around the room, guessing who he is, I think it's him. And most of the time, I'd be right next to him, and I'd be guessing right with him, you know what I mean? And I'd be like, oh, yeah, it's probably him. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, you really did that to him? Like, yeah, that possibly be him. But now it's kind of changed because when I started making my name in the sport and people started seeing me and actually recognizing me for who I am and how much work I actually put in, and stuff like that, it wasn't no guessing who's the person inside the room. They'd be like, oh yeah, it wouldn't be that's Evander Holyfield son, but that's Evan. That's Evan now. You know what I mean?
That's solid, man. And it's such an athletic family, because your brother played football. What made you want to jump into boxing?
Really him playing football. He'd been playing football for a long time, so he kind of always knew like what his niche was. You know what I mean? So coming up, so me and him are like the same age. He's only a month younger than me. I'm October 23rd. He's November 30th. So he's like my best friend coming up. So I see him doing good things and, see him make the paper a couple times. Everybody would be so happy to see him do what he was doing. So I really wanted to find something for myself. And it was really kind of awkward or weird saying it, or it really wouldn't make sense, but I've played every single sport. So I did boxing, gymnastics, football,
gymnastics,
wrestling, yeah, and gymnastics actually make you real strong. It's like really like the base of everything. I did taekwondo, and I did taekwondo right before I did boxing. So like, I was really trying to find something that would make me individual. But the craziest thing was me doing boxing, even though I wasn't really good at it, but it made me feel the most individual to myself because, I'm not relying on anybody else. I'd be on the football team and we may lose. Everybody point at each and other direction. Basketball, same difference. Track, same difference. You're on the relay team. And I got tired of losing because of somebody else. You know what I mean? And nobody didn't want to take initiative or take accountability for what they did. Because if I'm working as hard as I can, why shouldn't the person next to me be doing the same thing if he's on my team? And that's nothing I can control. So that's really why boxing really became my thing. And it was me showing up to the gym every single day, and I wasn't good. I'd get touched up, for a good year or two. And I remember my dad told me this probably a couple months ago. He was like, yeah, when you first started boxing, he was like, I was expecting you to quit, but I was gonna tell you to quit. I was gonna let you quit on your own. But he was like, hey, but you didn't quit. So, it was really something for myself, and really something I made for myself.
Hey, bro, congratulations on that, man. And I'm with your dad, and we probably thinking from two different perspectives. I would have thought you would have quit just because you did so many other things. Like if you were that good at other things, you just had the talent to do other stuff. I would have thought maybe boxing is just something you tried, but no, boxing became life for you.
Oh yeah, for sure. But what really got me really into boxing, when I really made my decision just to focus just on boxing, I think I was like in 8th or 9th grade, and I was playing football. I thought I had, like every other person, I had NFL dreams. I thought I was going to go play for the Cowboys, be wide receiver, something like that.
You're a Cowboy fan.
So one day I ran a slant during practice, and I promise you, the quarterback let me out too far, and I remember I was looking at the ball, but why I see a helmet come through my hands. So a helmet came through my hands, and I got hit, and I remember I came back to the huddle, and I was like disoriented, like really who hit me, And that's really when I started keying in my mind, I'd rather just focus on two things, left hand and right hand.
Bro, that was my decision too about football. Like I remember in high school, I played basketball, and my football coach just asked me, yo, you want to be wide receiver? And I was like, bro, ain't nobody hit me for free on a repeat basis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's exactly what it is.
Boy, ain't nobody doing all that, man. So, and speaking of legacy, you do have you're also playing part in the new Discovery Plus channel, Legacy, where you speak about children like yourself who come up under parents who have these massive names. What's it like taking part in that docuseries?
Oh yeah, hey, that was I feel like it's a blessing in disguise. I really had no idea how that even came along. I think it came through my brother because with the NFL and stuff like that. But just getting to know them and really seeing how much really goes into something like that, it really is really humbling. And just seeing, like, I know, like, I'm doing my own thing and my brother's trying to do his own thing, but just knowing that there's other people out there with the same circumstances trying to break their shadow, it was pretty neat.
Yeah. What's it like preparing for a fight? I'm pretty sure you go through your own different steps of what it was like for actually be prepared. But what's it like getting fight ready?
Getting fight ready, I've been, like I said, I've been boxing for 10 plus years, damn near. But at this point, I know it's pretty much like a science, So I had moved out to Texas for a little bit, and I got to see different things, So when you go to different places, you take what you like, you take what you don't like, and you bring it back and you make it to what you want. You know what I mean? So I started to understand it's really a science. It's almost like a routine. You're not gonna do anything else. You're not gonna do anything to hurt yourself or anything to make yourself tired. So it's pretty much just just taking account of how you feel on a daily basis. So if if you eat Willie's at this time or Moe's per se, and that mess is gonna make you boo boo in 2 hours.
Yeah.
Don't eat Moe's. That's not your meal. But if you eat a Subway sandwich and it's gonna make you feel light and energetic within 2 hours, then that's your go-to meal before the fight. So it's test and trial. You know what I mean? Test and error. If it's not working, don't do it. And same thing with hydration. You can't down a whole bottle and expect yourself to like feel good, but you may know per se how many you could drink a half bottle of water, and it's not going to make your stomach feel all sloshy and whatnot. So it's just really just sticking to a routine and just rinse and repeat.
That's what's up. So this Saturday you got a big fight coming up at State Farm Arena. That's going to be a massive thing, man. Talk to us about that.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's a major blessing because I only had one fight inside Atlanta, and it was down in Jonesboro. It wasn't a big card or nothing, but it's definitely a blessing to really come home and be able to fight in front of my hometown fans.
Yeah.
In a place like that, I've been living in Atlanta for about damn near my whole life. So fighting inside the Hawk Stadium was like almost like the top of the market type thing. You really don't imagine yourself fighting on ESPN or fighting inside the where the Hawks play or whatever.
That's solid, bro. Like, and I know it's crazy because your dad, again, he fought so many he headlined so many big fights across the world, and now you get a chance to kind of step in those shoes. Like, what's it like knowing that my name's on the marquee, people coming to see me amongst other people, but they coming to see me? Like, what's that like?
Yeah, it's cool, and it just makes you want to work harder, and it's just. It really just makes you want to work harder because I know at the end of the day, whatever work I put inside the gym, and they're going to see me come fight, they're going to be able to tell the vast differences between my father and I. It's like every time, every outing you go out there, nobody doesn't see you train, but they only see you for the couple of minutes that you're in the ring. So every outing you have in the ring is like a chance to show them a new dimension of yourself, something that you've been working on this whole time. So that's the way I feel about it. It's just. It's really my chance to show people how much different I am.
Who are you taking on Saturday?
I'm fighting this guy named Charles Stanford. He's 6-3.
Okay.
I don't know what state he's from, but
you got to be 8-0.
Yeah.
I bet you got to be 8-0. Long story short, that's what's up. So, what do you feel like is the biggest difference between you and your father as far as fighting style?
I know for the most part, my dad, when he get hit, he get real mad. And it's just be up in your face. But I feel like with me, I can really stick to a plan. I feel like I do what it takes. I'm not gonna call my dad one-dimensional or anything. But if I have to fight you, I can fight you. If I have to box you, I have to box you. If I got to move, I can do that too. Just things I practice on in the gym and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what and people, for those who know, there's a difference between fighting and boxing. We saw it a little bit with Deontay Wilder and Gypsy King. Like, there's a big difference between fighting and boxing, and sometimes a fighter can lose to a good boxer.
Yeah, and it's always if you're going against a good boxer, you don't play them in their own game, you fight them. If you're going against a good fighter, you don't fight them in their game, you box them. It's like, you know, you got to be able to switch to both, best of both worlds.
Yeah. You know, and I think that you're jumping in the world, the way you're jumping into the game is good because we need to see a lot more younger faces get involved in boxing. I'm seeing boxing become something that when I was a kid, it was all you talked about. You know what I'm saying? It was up there with football, basketball, baseball, boxing. Nowadays, not so much. Like even I had made a reference about when I watched Myles Garrett, when they had that fight, Myles Garrett and them on the Steelers when they was fighting, I was like, them are heavyweights. I was like, the heavyweight boxing division is playing NFL right now because you ain't never seen somebody 6'5" that big moving as quick as they was with helmets and all that shit and swinging. Yeah, I was like, these is where they at right now. Why do you feel like we're not seeing more younger people gravitate towards boxing versus other sports right now?
Because boxing is a sport that takes all your time. It's more so an investment. I really started noticing that in high school for myself. People will be, you know, like football is a seasonal sport, and they only got to train for like 2 months, and then you know they on the team, and then all of a sudden when the season over, all the football players get into trouble. You know what I mean? Because they don't got nothing to stick to. Boxing all year, it ain't no season. Yeah, we've boxing through summer and winter, whether it's raining or sleet, snow, cause we indoors at all times. So I feel like it's in a big investation and a big investing of your time. And really what you put in is what you're going to get out. And people really just be scared. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's why everybody getting shot nowadays, because nobody don't want to fight.
You know, and another sport that people are jumping into more than ever is UFC. Like, we're seeing a lot more people who probably would have done boxing jump into UFC. Has that been a thought for you that I would ever think about, you know, if I don't do boxing, maybe I could take these hands and move them onto the UFC range?
I mean, like, I thought about it once or twice because, you know, I did Taekwondo. But I really started thinking about it. And you really think about it, you got them small gloves on, right? But why are you getting hit with everything that's not padded?
Mm-hmm. You know what else too? I don't want to see my leg get broke in a ring.
Exactly,
bro. And you will see your leg get snapped in half in a ring.
And then they're still gonna hop on you.
Yeah, yeah, because you got to get knocked the fuck out. Like it become levels like that. Like you got to get really, really, really beat down, man. And it's UFC is not for me either. Like I wouldn't have jumped in that one.
Like getting an elbow, that's a foul. Yeah, time out. You know what I mean?
So you have a partnership with the Georgia Hemp Company. You know what I mean? I had a chance to, again, speak with Joe. Joe Salome is an amazing dude. If you ever meet him, he's a rock star at marketing. He knows how to pick them. How did you find yourself affiliated with Georgia Hemp Company?
Well, I can really start with thanking my manager, my promotional manager, Andrew, because he's the one who really connected the dots with that. But also my team was really interested in recovery and stuff. And, you know, that way to see the whole CBD and the marijuana industry is coming up. I feel like it's just a little bit more research. You know, they're finding new things about about CBD and about marijuana every day. So with that, why not add something like that to my team? You know, I feel like that's a key thing, and it's going to help me, my team, and ultimately, I could point people in the right direction and help them with their recovery too.
Well, you're definitely joining a good crowd because even people like shout out to Shannon Briggs. Like we're watching a lot of boxers now speak openly about, you know, when it comes to recovery, when it comes to relief pain, when it comes to relief and recovery, I'm choosing CBD versus pills.
Yeah, always, because pills be having different side effects that people don't really even know about. I feel like with the whole pharmaceutical thing, they give you medicine for you to come back sometimes. Yeah. So what does your deal entail with Georgia Hemp? Like we gonna see specific products that have the Evan Holyfield name on them, or what's the deal? You know, that's something that we're still going through and everything. But I know for sure I'm gonna be doing appearances for them, and you know, you may see me advertising some of their products and really using their products, especially after a fight or after these training sessions, because these training camps, you know, your body is a battery essentially, and then, you know, it gets worn down every day, and you got to rebuild it back up.
Bro, let me tell you something, man. Joe gave me a cream that I use on my shoulder when I work out. I don't box work out at all. So you know what I'm saying? Like I don't box work out. I just regular workout, and my arm was on fire. But thanks to him, that he took care of that real quick, man.
I'm already knowing.
Yeah, man. So I think it's going to be a dope partnership. I think that definitely, and I'm glad that you're looking towards the CBD hemp range as far as using stuff for your body, like, and rather than trying to dump more pharmaceuticals in yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, so when you look down the road, right? Have you thought about some dream fights or some dream matches you want to have? Like, there's a lot of good names in the super welterweight division. Like, do you see yourself trying to take on some of those cats?
I mean, I really hey, one thing, I just want to be champion, you know what I mean? Undisputed. So whatever name that comes with that, that's the name I'm going after. Because the way I see it, these names get recirculated every couple months, you know what I mean? Somebody may have a belt, somebody may lose it. Especially in a division like 147, 154, because there's so many talented people in those divisions. But as far as I'm concerned, I got to think into the future. But I know there's a couple names that are out there. Like, I know Muhammad Ali got a grandson out. You know, I wouldn't mind taking a couple swings at that.
Oh, that's a big fight right there. Just name alone, man, that's gonna bring some money.
Yeah, it's just like names like that. But hey, I'm here to reach for the stars and shoot for the moon.
Do you see yourself moving up in weight? Like maybe possibly shooting for a heavyweight slot?
If I was gonna go heavyweight, I want Tyson Fury. So hey, I don't know if he's still gonna be there. So we never know.
So Tyson Fury like 6'9", like that's a massive human being.
I know.
Bro.
I have to bring a chair in.
Bro, you don't see the way he moves? Like it's almost like a cartoon. Like he's like a one of those things you see at the car shops.
Oh yeah, the things to be going crazy.
Yeah, like bro, please, that boy be moving, man.
I bet you that must be throwing people off. Like his head moving one way and his stomach moving the other.
Oh, it 100% threw off. Yeah. It threw off Deontay Wilder 2 times. Like I've seen in 2 different matches, I've seen it happen.
Yeah.
You swinging hard, and this dude just bouncing back and forth. But it's also part of the game. Like you mentioned, we was talking about boxing versus fighting, and being a boxer also knows how to not take a hit.
Yeah, boxing. I feel like boxing's about deception. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Showing people something that they can get and taking it back because you already know they ain't about to get it.
Boy, Floyd is the king of that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Hey, that man be hitting everybody.
Yeah, Floyd the king of that. Floyd don't get hit. We gonna spend at least 30 minutes me not getting hit. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna definitely use all your energy trying to fight me, man. So Sunday morning, man, you think we gonna wake up and we gonna see you with continued with an undefeated record?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's why I work so hard. You know, I spent some time out in Georgia, spent some time up in Cincinnati. And just putting the finishing touches back here. And I feel like with me and my team and everybody who I work with, I feel like, you know, one is inevitable.
Word, man. Let's talk interest music, man. Interest music is a big thing in boxing. Like, you got to have, it's a big show feel. You got to have a theatrical moment here.
Yeah.
What's your interest music like?
Shoot, I know this time for Atlanta, it's got to be a little bit more different because every time I come in, when I fight anywhere else throughout the country, I always come to somebody from Atlanta. But I know this time it's got to be something like that the Atlanta people can like relate to. You know what I mean? When it comes on, hopefully they start singing with it. You know what I mean?
We gotta give him some suggestions, man. Like, have we thought about this really? My first thought was in J Dot's not Atlanta, but J Dot Reigns step. Oh man, you gotta come down to the rings and step.
Hey, something.
Sorry, man. We gotta get you together, man. We gotta get a playlist or something for him, man. We got way too many artists who watch this show. Who I'm pretty. Y'all need to be in his DM. Like, yo, I got some music for you.
Hey, for sure. Hey, I'm taking anything that gives me some energy.
Yeah, and that's man. Look, interest music is definitely is definitely something that people need to focus on, man. Especially when it comes to boxing, it's part of the entertainment factor, man. So, where do you see yourself in 5 years when it comes to boxing? Like, I know you want to be champion, but where do you see yourself?
In 5 years? Man, I'll be champion in 5 years. I know that for a fact. Hey, I'll be having like I'd be like 30 fights in, something like that.
Yeah.
But you know, it's about taking your time and you know and learning from each experience. So within 5 years, hey, the Lord knows, because you know God don't do anything that we necessarily know all the time. So I don't know. I see myself in an established place, you know, where people respect me.
Yeah, you know, one fear that parents have often when it comes to for kids playing football is concussions, and I know that's something that's definitely hangs over the head of boxers. Do you ever worry about concussions, or you worry about long term situations like that when it comes to your sport?
No, because initially people really get the game mixed up with boxing because people just think it's all about knocking somebody out, but it's really about hitting somebody and not get hit.
Yeah.
So, you know, as long as I focus on my defense and, you know, stay prayed up and stuff like that, nothing ain't going to happen to me because I'm initially doing my job. I'm hitting people and not getting hit. So as long as I keep it short and simple like that, you know, I don't got to worry about too much.
How do you feel about celebrity boxing right now? You know, like we're watching the Trillers. Matter of fact, your father fought in a Triller not too long ago, man.
Yep.
How do you feel about watching these celebrities or watching these quote-unquote social media influencers jump in the ring and get these checks? Like, how do you feel about that?
I mean, I feel like it's kind of messed up how they're like, coming in and they're really getting these big checks. But at the end of the day, I really can't be mad because you think of boxing, you know what I mean? It's two people fighting, and it's just about people wanting to come see them. So if it makes sense, it makes dollars at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So you got two people, whether they're YouTube and whatnot called YouTube or TikTok, and they have enough people who want to come see them, and they could bring them to the sport. Well, how can you be mad at them?
You ever thought about trying to jump in there? Like I'm looking at these. Like you ever look at a TikToker in these joints and be like, I'll knock him the fuck out. Like I should get into this ring. I'll knock him out.
Yeah, but anybody in their right mind is not going to take a fight and knowing they're going to get knocked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, we watching the Paul brothers. Actually, I hate to say that I'm actually impressed by them, and I don't know if I'm more impressed by the fact, like your father say, I thought you was gonna quit. I'm more impressed by the fact they just ain't quit. I think I'm not impressed by what you actually do.
Oh yeah, but there's just finesse in the game though. You know what I mean? Anybody can go out there and find somebody off the street and be like, go ahead, put on some gloves. We finna make some money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, they're gonna come to see Paul no matter what. So you think about their last opponents, Ben Askren. Ben Askren in his whole entire UFC career, he only landed 10 punches, something crazy like that.
So what you ain't doing is boxing. Long story short.
Yeah. So he ain't gonna do nothing but put you on the ground and try to put you in the headlock or something like that.
Yeah.
So putting gloves on him is initially handicapping him. You know what I mean? So that's one guy. I don't even know who the other guy was. The other guy was just a straight YouTuber.
Yeah. Like I'm watching this fad happen, and I'm actually thinking it's gonna be something that becomes a real thing, and I hate that. This is gonna become a real thing where you start really paying money to watch these people jump on. From TikTok and social media, you about to watch these people pay money to fight? Like, I don't know, man.
But really what they're starting to make it is just like, I don't know. I think this may be a Jake Paul thing or something, but I feel like he's really trying to embarrass certain people. You know what I mean? He's picking a big name, and he knows what they're doing, what they're not doing. Like,
Nate Robinson.
Yeah, like Nate Robinson. He had no reason to get in that ring. No reason at all. He's like 5'5", 5'8" or something like that.
And that's the other thing too. It's almost like I don't know how y'all even matching these people up. Like, cause again, we're not seeing a heavyweight fight or welterweight. We're not gonna see that ever in actual boxing. Yeah. But when I saw Nate get in the ring, I'm like, Nate, come on, son. Like, you're a small basketball player.
Yeah, like he almost 40 years old in the first place. He ain't have no reason to be up in there, and it's like he got money. So I was like, dang, why are you doing this?
Well, it's definitely capturing people's attention, man. And anything that captures people's attention and brings them at least some kind of love towards boxing, because I do have a care for boxing.
Yes.
I'm happy about that, man. So we got a fight Saturday night. Again, let us know about when the fight's going to happen. It's going to be on ESPN too.
Yeah, ESPN. Shakur Stevenson, Jamel Herring headlining the card. So. And I think Nico Ali's on there. Muhammad Ali's grandson on there, too. So.
Shout out to Hot Rod, too, man. I ain't had Hot Rod on the show. But
Hot Rod
throwing hands, man.
Yeah, that make it sell some tickets.
Whoo, bro, them hands go fast. Boy, Rock can throw them hands, man. So, it's going to be a great night, man. I wish you all the luck, and I definitely wish you a lot of luck with the Georgia Hemp collaboration, man. I think that's going to be a really good look, and I think that you're probably the best face to kind of bring this to light. We should probably be using CBD products versus anything else when it comes to our relief and recovery.
Yeah, because, what gets in fast gets out fast.
Yeah. All right, man. So before we get out of here, let people know how they can find you on social.
Can I ask one? I would like to know.
Oh, wait, hold on. Herb just chimed in. He wants to ask a question.
5 best boxes.
Oh, that's a good question. Who are your 5 best? Yeah.
My top 5 best boxers? Whoo, you don't ask me the right question.
Well, your dad need to be one.
Hey, man, he don't count. He always going to be my favorite. He can't go against the blood.
Yeah.
But I say, everybody gonna say Muhammad Ali, but I'm gonna give you my honest opinions about Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali transcends past boxing, so he's a people's champion. So I really can't include him on the list because he's too OP, overpowered. So I'm gonna go Sugar Ray Robinson, number 1, because he's the face of boxing too. He's the GOAT. So a lot of people don't know about him either. So Sugar Ray Robinson, not Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinson, Manny Pacquiao, and I'll put Sugar Ray Leonard, Benito Lopez, and who's coming in at number 5? Sheesh.
Somewhere Floyd Mayweather's counting money like I'm waiting to hear my name, dog.
Oh, no, hey. Hey, nah, I don't think Floyd making it in mind because you know why Manny's better than Floyd and why he'll always be great because he dared to be great. Who do you know who got knocked out and going wake back up and take the next fight as a world champion contender? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And most people get knocked out and they going right back to goddamn rank 50. They finding somebody ranked 50, you know, trying to get their wheels, their feet back under them. But nah, he dared to be great. He got knocked out and he got back up. And the first fight he wanted to do was fight a world champion. You know, a lot of people ain't willing to do that. You know what I mean? So that's where my respect comes from him. He's always fighting somebody best.
Damn, fool.
Is undefeated, though.
He ain't undefeated.
Ooh, what you mean he ain't undefeated? Wait,
oh man, he undefeated. He undefeated by record. But that last person who he put,
what Conor McGregor was?
Conor McGregor should have been on there. Hey, if you going, yes, that's his 50.
That was one of them numbers, wasn't it?
No, that's what he did to tie Rocky Marciano's record. He used Conor McGregor.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, look at your face. I see it.
You just realized Evan Holyfield is. Oh, I forgot about that. I clean forgot he did that.
Exactly.
Floyd just be doing shit. I clean forgot he did that.
But he can't be mad because the man make money.
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't mad at him.
He's definitely a brink struck. Like people want to see him fight. Like I've never been a big fan of Floyd for this reason. It's like I feel like his fights are boring. You know,
yeah.
I'm with him too. Like, don't hit me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna dance around this gym, this ring. Don't hit me. But it gets so dull, dog. After a while, like I want to see some. Like the thing I liked the most about that last fight when Tyson Fury was, they was going at it. Like
that was a fight.
You gotta give Deontay Wilder some props. Like they was going in. Like he was. You could have got one of them right. Saying we might be talking a different story right now.
Yeah, because he knocked him down twice. Mm-hmm. And that second time he knocked Tyson down, you can see in his eyes Tyson thought about maybe I should just stay down.
Maybe this should be a four match.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But nah, that man got up every single time though.
So wait, so who's number 5? So you ran down 4. Who's your number 5? Who's number 5?
Oh yeah, Marco Antonio Barrera.
So he done went. Yeah. So Floyd is not in your. Mike Tyson ain't either.
No.
And your dad don't count.
My dad don't count because he take number. Hey, that man got asterisk next to his name.
Oh no, man!
He got an asterisk next to his name because that man going crazy with it always.
Man, look! I know y'all be around the house talking about who could beat who, nigga. You ever thought about jumping in the ring with your pops?
I did think about doing it one time, but I seen him spar. He sparked his I even forgot the guy's name. This happened like a couple months ago. I was going to do it until I seen him spar, and I was like, "Geez, this man's slow," but his timing was crazy. I ain't never seen anything like it. Talk about folks moving out the way, dodge the punch, and they come back, and the punch would just be getting there. And I said, "Oh yeah." I said, "Dad, how you doing that?" He said, "Timing the last thing that leave you." And I said, "See, you didn't answer my question because I ain't about to do nothing with that because I can't beat no timing."
Evan, man, I think you have a bright future. I really appreciate you coming through here and sharing your story with us, man. Good luck on Saturday. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say congratulations early. Congratulations on your win Saturday.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for being part of this tonight. And as y'all know, that's CashColorCannabis. Oh wait, before we leave, let people know how they can find you on social media. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, my Instagram is Evan Holyfield with _ at the end, and my Twitter is Chief Holy. Because
that's what's up, Young Holy in the building, man.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you. Like I say, that's CashColorCannabis, a high level of conversation on Live Hip Hop Daily, and this episode is sponsored by Pure Rolling Papers. Check them out.